Hello, Programming 11. We have a new object-oriented puzzle for you to try. This one's going to be called the Pixels. And it looks like, as I move my mouse around, this picture of Mr. Hartley Foltz is, except in with green hair and mustache and all such things. It looks like they are the pixels are growing and shrinking as the mouse moves, right? And you can see like the further away the mouse goes, the bigger those areas are. So that's basically what we're going to create right here. Just to make it a little more clear about what's going on, I'm just going to turn off the, I guess I'll turn off the drawing. So I'll just tell you about that in a second. But you can probably see the squares a little better now, hey? So what's really going on? The picture is where we get the colors from, but without knowing that, the story is that we are going to make a bunch of squares. Our object that we're going to make a class for, this pixel, is basically a square that has a random location. And then it's changing its size based on the distance away from the mouse pointer that it measures. So, for example, I can't really gesture with my hands, but if you look over there, you'll see that the mouse is in the center, and the pixels close to the center are small because the distance away from them is small. The ones that are far away are bigger because the distance is bigger. So there's just going to be some kind of like calculation there. I'll just mention that I'm drawing in the setup the image that I want to, have as the background, and I'm also drawing it in the draw function so that I can erase the things, the accumulation of them. Ooh, pardon me. Ooh, it's getting late. Sorry. So I'm drawing those, and I'm using the get function to capture the color, because that's the other thing that's happening, is that you'll notice that instead of them all being gray, they're getting their color from the underlying image at their x and y coordinate. I'll just share with you the constructor to show you if you feel like you can't move on. So I'm going to first give you the hint. If you want to go without the hint, you just go charging forward and you go do it. It's a get function. If you've done it before, then awesome. But I'll give you the hint first, and then again, I'll do another moment to pause where you can take the hint and go and solve it, and then I can show you the answer in case you don't get it. So quickly to show you the constructor, I guess I'm giving out quite a bit of information, but this is the thing I want to show you right here. The get function is what's assigning this color variable, and it's just getting the pixel at that coordinate. So there you go. And of course, that means that we have to draw our picture here in the, here in the setup before we call the constructor. Otherwise, there'll be no picture to get the color from. So that's the story there. Okay, so there's your hint. I may have given away the whole thing, but go ahead and give it a try. I'm going to pause myself, and then we'll come back and see the answer. Okay, pausing. Okay, I'm back. I don't know. I don't know how actual YouTubers do this. But anyways, here is the answer to that. You've already seen quite a bit of it, actually. As you scan through, you'll see, wow, so much is similar. So much is similar because we have the array of pixels. It's a pixel array. It's called mypixels. We have the image is new, but we have this basically the same while loop that's going through and initializing, calling the constructor for all of our objects. And then next, again, the image is new, but we have the same kind of while loop in our draw function that's going through and telling each pixel to act and show. So here is the pixel class. So they have X, Y, and size, and then their color are the things. So each pixel has its own unique value for these things. Oh my gosh, I gotta go to bed soon. But here is the constructor. So the constructor, notice, has the same name as the class. And we have, first of all, a random width, and I can't remember. Oh, yeah. I am doing this because the get function needs ints. It can't take a float, which is too bad. So I'm doing this little casting operator thing. This will basically let you determine a random width. And then this int operator is called a casting operator. Will basically chop off the decimal places so it becomes an int. So x and y are actually ints, and usually they were floats. So watch out for that. Yeah, this is my get function here. I'm getting the color, and then, size. I just initialized to 0 for no really good reason, but there it is. Okay, on we go. Oh dear. And we have our rect that we're drawing, and its size is determined. I guess I could have made this a square and saved myself one line of code. Not even line, one one bit of code. It's all good. And then my act function, I called it. They show and they act. I don't know if that's a good name, but it is good enough. We're just taking the size, and we are taking the distance and dividing it by 10 is how I chose to do it. You could use a map function or whatever. And so the closer it is, the smaller it will be. And of course, if you change this number, you'll get, different varieties. If you divide by 1, you'll get some like, whoa, they're giant, right? Like the far away ones will turn into quite large pixels. We can almost see nothing at all. But maybe you do 5 and, it's a little more dramatic than before. So, depending on how you scale the distance to the size, you can get some interesting effects. You could also make it inversely proportional. So you could do like 10 divided. Ooh, what would it be, like 100? I don't know. 500 divided by distance? I don't know. We'll just try. But I can't do that. Oh, yeah, because the casting operator is casting this now. So I have to put parentheses around this. Because the casting operator is lower in bed mass than division. So there you go. But now, it's very small, but now it gets bigger when the mouse is closer, and I can go like, infinity. So that's pretty cool. Little change you can make. Clearly 500 is not enough, so let's go with 1,000, maybe 2,000. And then you can see, like, as I get closer, it kind of flashes the screen. It's a little bit too much. When my mouse gets, like, when this gets, to 0, approaches 0, we get like infinity, right? So maybe I should make a max kind of function where maybe I take the max of whatever this number is, and no, is it the min? What do I do here? I get too tired to think. I took the bigger number, so maybe I want the min. So like the min of 100 and that thing. I can't scroll to the end of this. That's weird. Oh, I was zoomed out. That's why. This is getting a little bit crazy, but okay, whatever. So I don't need these braces anymore, parentheses. Yeah, so this will make sure it doesn't go above 100, because if this gets to be a bigger number, it will choose 100 instead, because that's what the min function does. So now it's like kind of contained. The craziness doesn't like flash this huge thing. I'm still not super happy with the number that I chose, so like you can play with this and see what you can come up with. Maybe 5,000. It's getting a little better. Anyways, you get the idea of what we can do with this. Okay, so there you go. So that's the pixels. I did have an extra activity for you to try out, and that is here as an extension. Well, first of all, put an image in the background. You get it to go instead of shrink. We just did that. And hey, what about changing the point of focus to a point that's not the mouse pointer, but a point that's bouncing around using your target clicker game code? so that you are, having that point instead of mouse X, mouse Y, be like an X and Y with VX, VY that's bouncing off the screen, and you can get it to kind of follow along. I think that'd be a fun extension to try out. So give it a shot, and I look forward to seeing what you create. Thank you.